Hello everyone, here is Vozen. Today, I will share the lighting of this phone and some back covers with this kind of grainy material and some shiny and reflective points. Okay, let's take a look at the lighting first. Let's talk about them one by one. Then this light is to turn off the diffuse in the channel and retain the reflection is to make it have a band-like sense of lighting and edge. When this light is on, we can give it a target label, then align it with the middle of the target. The middle of the target, lower the intensity, and then reduce the overall area. Okay, you can see these materials, which also makes a distinction. Okay, let's find this part. At the position of this button is given a relatively smooth material. The roughness here is very low. In other areas, is a slightly rougher material. Let's talk about the lighting first. Here, you can see that it will reflect some smooth areas, reflect light more obviously. You can increase it a bit and then shrink it by adjusting the position. To achieve the effect of, to achieve a sense of light and shadow transition. For these positions can be adjusted freely, then, approximately, adjust it to a circle. This area will be brighter, and the other areas will be darker, to create a transition effect. Okay, you can adjust the size of the light. Okay, this is the way of lighting with light strips. Way of lighting. It can be lower to make the highlight area more and the other areas a little darker without affecting the lighting in other areas. This is the first way, the way of lighting the edge. Next, we do the same thing, but here, to light the side. Here, there is a feathering treatment for the material ball. Let's create a new one at this position with the same intensity, but lower, and shrink it. You can see that by default, it is a relatively straight light. Shrink it a little. Here, we can add a light material to it. If you think the feathering transition is not good enough, you can add a gradient and connect it to its color. Here, we bring the white to the middle, and the two heads are a darker color to make the middle area brighter, and the surroundings will become darker. Okay, then change the direction here. You can see that when we push the black towards here, the right side becomes darker. Okay, this is the way to make, and darker on both sides, this kind of lighting production method. Okay, this is the way. Let's look at others. Here is the same as the light we just made. It has a feathering effect. The middle area is brighter and then diffuses to the surroundings. Okay, you can see. It also uses a diffusion, but this light makes the surrounding area. The two sides, not so dark. You can see, when we turn on other lights, this area here is too dark. Even the material of the phone itself is a little unclear, so we need to add a relatively dim light. Then let this area and the right side to see some details. Let's take a look at the same. Then we have enriched the brighter area. All on, we turn it off. It is a relatively smooth transition. There is no concentrated area of light beams. As for the lower part, there is a concentrated area of light beams. We can make a keyframe for it, and then there is an animation of sweeping light. Okay, let's turn it off. Select this one. You can see that for this kind of sweeping light, we can directly make a keyframe for it, including the top. We can also make a sweeping light animation and move together with other lights. Okay, this is a lighting aspect. Next, adjust some of these materials similar to the starry sky. The top and bottom are actually similar, but this area is distinguished. There are no brighter white dots. Let's take a look at the complex one. Let's look at the material first. In fact, it is a mixture of two materials. One is without white, with no white highlights. The other one is a material that is more white, a metal with a little higher reflection. Okay, let's choose a standard material. First, we need to mix the color of the bottom. The color, you can see some small particles. Select noise. Then connect a UV projection. And then a gradient. We need to expand and shrink the main size of the noise. To expand and shrink it a little. Okay, make it smaller. Something like this is almost done. It can be slightly larger. Then, let's adjust the color to this kind of a light green with a touch of dark green. Okay, let's adjust it. Okay, let's compare the color. Take a screenshot. It's a little bit blue and a little bit green. Let's mix it. This feeling is actually almost there. Then make the white area a little lighter and connect it to the color. And here, change it to a metal and increase the roughness. Now it feels almost done. You can make the bright areas a little brighter because the overall is a bit too dark. Press the dark areas. You can go back to this noise and adjust its brightness. Lowering the brightness, it will make the black area more. And higher brightness, it's the white area. It's the whiter part that has more points. Lower it a little bit. Adjust them together. The brightness here can be a little higher. And a slightly lower saturation. 175. Okay, this basic material is adjusted. Then select this area and copy it. Search for material mixing here. Connect the adjusted one to the base layer. And disconnect the color of this new one. And connect it to the color of the first layer. Let's render it. Let's display this first and lower the roughness a little bit. Okay, this is a slightly greenish white. Here, we don't need it to be a colored one. Reset to the default black and white colors. Connect it. Squeeze the white and black towards the middle. Okay, you can see. Now it has this starry feeling. If we think this is too small, we can increase the value here so that each particle will be larger. Delete this first. If there are too many white dots, lower the brightness so the white dots will be smaller. Ah, the dedicated graphics. It's been reduced a bit too much. Pull it back a bit. Then the size. A little smaller. 21 is almost right. Okay, go back here. If the white here doesn't feel obvious enough, you can also increase its roughness a bit. And make it bigger and increase the brightness a bit. This will make the white color more obvious. Including the gradient here, where white squeezes out the black space. This will make the white appear more. Of course, not so much. It's a bit too much. Too much. Okay, then lower the brightness here a bit, and lower the brightness a bit. Okay, this feeling is almost right. Then compare it with our previous one. It was a little greener before. Then we can continue to adjust it. Make it brighter and more green like here. Okay, there is too little white. Increase it a little. Let's compare it with the previous one. And here is almost done. Maybe the friction here, the roughness is different. Look at the first point. Okay, the top will be darker. You can lower the brightness a bit. Now they are almost the same. This is how we adjust this kind of the material of the back panel like the starry sky. One is to make a layer of this dark and light colors. Then, through noise, and then select some white dots and mix it with a white metal To achieve this effect, OK for the upper area is actually connected directly to here. And then adjusted some colors without mixing the shiny white porcelain metal. OK, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.